Yo, what's going on? So, according to Clutch Points, I don't really like Clutch Points, but this is a tweet from Clutch Points. Go check them out on Twitter. And they put out, it's August, and these are still free agents. Colin Sexton's a restricted free agent that seems like he's going to go back to the Cavaliers unless a team like the Miami Heat or the Washington Wizards are truly interested in him. The other, Carmelo Anthony, Dennis Schroder, Lamarcus Aldridge, Demarcus Cousins, Montrezl Harrell, who does have some charges laying over his head, but those charges are bullshit, so hopefully he cleans it up. It's not like Miles Bridges. And then Isaiah Thomas. So let's get right into today's video, but before we start, I want to hear your thoughts down below. Where would you want all of these players to sign? Tell me down below in the comment section. I'll respond. And drop a subscribe. We're on the way to 10,000 subscribers. Only 6% of you watching are subscribed, so get us to 8,000, then we're on our way closer to 10, so let's do that. But yes, guys, right here there's a handful of guys that are still trying to find themselves a place on the roster. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, let's talk real quickly about my man Colin Sexton. And yes, I do believe that Colin Sexton should re-sign with the Cavaliers for a one-year deal and then go into free agency next year. But the only other option I would give him is I think the Wizards or the Heat should come in and try to snag him, or another team that would kind of try to do a sign and trade with them if they were trying to move off a certain guy off the roster. But yeah, I think right now when you look at this whole situation, I think the best thing for them would, I think it's definitely interesting just looking at the whole situation, because you look at it and I wonder, and you know what do I wonder? Are they just waiting for Colin Sexton just to sign this qualifying offer? Like, why aren't there any teams interested in Colin Sexton? He's not a bad player. Tyler Hero has value. Jordan Clarkson has value. Is it because of the knee injury? Is it because of the lack of defense? That's where I get confused. Why is this guy not getting any notice? Now, Carmelo Anthony. I think Carmelo Anthony at this point, he should go to a contender. He should either return to the Lakers where he was their best shooter, or he should sign with the Golden State Warriors, which I think that's not going to happen because they already filled up the roster, but he would have been a good fit for them, playing that Otto Porter role. I could see him going back to Portland. He had a great time in Portland. Portland utilized him very well. Another team I think would be great is the Clippers. I think the Clippers would be great with Carmelo. He's already in LA. It works out great. He doesn't have to relocate too far. And besides that, could he go back to the Knicks? Yeah, but they barely play Obi Toppin, so why would they play Carmelo? He doesn't fit Tom Thibodeau. I could see him going to Brooklyn. Brooklyn would definitely like him. I'm surprised Miami hasn't given him a call. I feel like Miami could, because Morris was asked for them, but he could take that Morris role. But Miami has been interested in another guy, Lamarcus Aldridge, allegedly, to replace that Marcus Morris role, which, again, it would be interesting to see. And look, also, I have in the background just NBA highlights, so sue me. I just threw up some best plays of NBA highlights, and I know some people don't like that, but that's what I do. I think it's fun to throw up the best plays from the season when we're talking about in general. Somebody's gonna be like, why aren't you talking about the NBA as a whole, or showing the players while you're doing this? You suck my dick. Now, yeah, Lamarcus Aldridge, I think it's a big question. I think Lamarcus either goes to Miami or returns to Brooklyn. Like I don't see anything else happening with Lamarcus Aldridge. He might even retire. Demarcus Cousins is going to have a similar year as last year, dude. He's going to be in free agency all year until he gets a 10-day contract. Reason why he didn't get re-signed by the Denver Nuggets was supposedly he was a detriment to the locker room, and I think he threw a punch at somebody. And supposedly DeAndre Jordan is a locker room darling. People love being around him. People just seriously enjoy him. So there's that, which I find incredibly funny. So, I mean, with that being said, I guess the whole thing with, Demarcus Cousins is trying to find a team that's willing to take him on. And it seems like with every day, those become less and less and less. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts if you What about, do you guys agree with me? Montrezl Harrell, he won't get signed till his legal clarity gets cleared up. And I could see him signing to a team like Atlanta. I could also see him signing to the Lakers again, but I doubt it. I really think the best thing for him would either go to the Clippers again, or maybe even just, I don't know. It's really hard to think of like what would be the right place for Montrezl Harrell. But again, I think his legal situation needs to clear up. Isaiah Thomas, I see him more, if he doesn't sign with the Charlotte Hornets, I see him more as a guy who will sign a contract during the regular season like he did last year. Hate to say that, but that's just how it is today. And it just sucks, you know? But it's what happens when you get older. You know, you don't play the game the same way, and people aren't looking for you like they once were. So, but yeah, I want to hear your thoughts down below. Dennis Schroder, that's another one. I'm surprised a team like, there's a lot of teams, like even the, who do you call them? The Washington Wizards could, I mean, they have Monte Morris, so I understand that not being honestly the most enticing because they need more of a defensive guy. But there's definitely several teams in the NBA that I could see them going for Dennis Schroder and him not being too much of a problem because of the need for, in my opinion, scoring like that. Somebody needs a sixth man. The Atlanta Hawks need a backup point guard. Bring back Dennis Schroder. Or the Milwaukee Bucks. Mike Budenholzer, you discovered Dennis Schroder. Use him. All right, I'm done.